I still just don't. You don't want to do cardio.
No, I just, dude, I like just not for me right now.
Just say it like it is,
You know what
bro.
I mean? That straight up.
See, my name's Trevor, and
That
I feel like being a
my name's
bitch today.
Trevor, and I don't want
I
to
feel like being a
get
bitch today
into
because I don't want to
boxing
go hit
right now.
cardio. I want to be
That's
fat.
actually
I want to
funny.
be fat for summer. Basically, all I'm hearing on your mouth is like, I want to be fat for summer.
Uh, I want to be 300 pounds by summer. Fat rolls.
I know you do. That's why you're skipping your
Real
cardio
talk.
tonight. I'm gonna go though,
I know you are, cause you're him, dude. You're a
because the real
dog.
talk standard is to not give in to your feelings and do things regardless of how you feel.
I'm not giving into my feelings. I'm not giving into this peer pressure right now.
Peer pressure is not a feeling. You know, hey brother, you know what a digital footprint is?
Yeah.
Level with me here. So I have something I wanted to talk
So
about actually.
yeah.
How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration, and then that vibration then becomes a magnet which attracts things to you. Bro, that is why, Trevor, it is so important to like think optimistically with everything that you do.
Wow.
Like think of
Yeah.
anything in your life that you started doing and you had that doubt or like you didn't think you could do it, and then months down the line you were like, damn, like I never ended up doing it. Like I can think of a lot of things where I was like, I don't really think I can do that. And then I look back and I ended up not doing it. But then I look at the things that I do have, like the way we fucking look and we're in shape. And I'm like, well, I believed I could get in shape. I'd look at myself in the mirror and see myself in shape. And then, like, years down the line, after just putting that same work in and believing it, I ended up looking exactly how I want to look.
Yeah. I was just gonna compare that when you were talking about all the things that you think you couldn't do and you didn't, to the things that you actually believed that you could do and that you did. Now
Mm-hmm.
you look at it like you did those things because you believed you could do those things.
Yeah. And
It's
that's
all
like,
just a mental.
yeah, a lot of people don't, I don't know, they just don't realize that they don't think they're able to do it. I don't know why. I think it's just like maybe social media seeing everybody else doing it and it looks
Yeah.
like they did it so quick and then they maybe start and they just fucking give up because they think it's too hard or they think it's not possible. When in reality, they're probably just misinformed and probably just don't know really what they're doing.
Exactly. And a lot of it is impatience. People are so impatient. You see all these things on your screen all day long of these people that have all these things, have the body you want, the money, the car, whatever it is. And they're like, oh, I want that. But they don't know behind the scenes of what it took that person to get those things. They think it can just happen. It just happens. It doesn't happen. It's a very long process. And these people have been working towards their goals for years, more than any of us has ever even seen. How much has gone on behind the camera than you see?
Yeah. Probably about
So much.
99% of it goes on behind the camera when there's
99% of
nothing
it.
there.
Most
Like it's the shit
definitely.
that nobody sees, that gritty work that you got to put in. But if you just go into it, I love the philosophy. Like if you just start something knowing that it's going to be hard, knowing that it's going to take a while to see results or to see any progress, then that makes it easier when you start doing it so you don't give up. Like you're not going to go to the
100%.
gym for a month and see significant change, if any change. But if you go into it knowing, okay, like I don't really know what I'm doing, it's probably going to take me at least 2 to 3 months before I see any type of change that really kind of fires me up. Then for those whole 3 months, you're not going to get discouraged. And then if you don't get discouraged, then you're not going to quit. By extension, you're just going to keep going. And once you see those little bit of results, it just skyrockets and you just want to keep going. You're like, wait, it is possible. I did it. I got a little bit of muscle, got a little stronger, lost some fat, got a little six pack going, confidence up, and then people keep going. But like you just said, people are impatient. So after a week or 2 weeks or a month, I don't see any results. They just bitch and give up.
Exactly, bro. That is such a huge part of it, the mental side. Like you said, before you attack a goal, know in your head that it's gonna take a long time. It's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy, and it's gonna take a long time. If you know that, like I know, like I have a set goal. Like I wanna be this weight. I wanna look like this. I wanna lift this much. I have these goals, and I know, and you know just as well as I do that that's gonna take a damn long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with that because each time we go into the gym, get better, I get closer to my goals. It may not be visible, it may not even show, but I know that it's these little steps day in and day out. that are getting me closer to that bigger goal.
Yep.
And I'm completely okay with it being hard and taking a long time because it's valuable. The end goal is valuable.
And why is it valuable? Explain to people why it's valuable. What gives it value?
The value comes from it being hard. Hard things have value, and you achieve these hard things. If I like Jason, man, I don't think people understand, dude. If anyone in the world could have a six pack by snapping their fingers, everyone in the world would have a six pack. Everyone, and then it would have no value. What would the value be? Same thing. If I could be a millionaire by snapping my fingers, I'm a millionaire. Millionaires would not have value. It's just completely normal. It's just life. And that you can tie that into even being happy. If you're happy all the time in a constant state of comfort and happiness, what's the point of happiness? You have to go through pain and struggle and hard times to actually appreciate being happy. Or else it should what's the point? Value.
Yeah. Value. It's just kind of like take something super basic, like some Hanes beaters.
Yep.
They cost what? Fucking $8. There's no value. Everybody can buy a Hanes beater. Anybody can buy a Honda Civic. Anybody can buy just very basic things that nobody even bats an eye to. Anybody can buy an iPhone. It's not valuable to have an iPhone. It's not. You pop out with a McLaren. You pop out with a good body. You pop out with something that's hard to get. People are looking. Yo, who's that? This kid's, because people instantly see you as somebody who will go through hard things.
Exactly. And what do people immediately correlate that to? That completely correlates to how like your character traits as a person.
Yeah.
That you have discipline, work ethic, patience, all of those things. People like when you see these things, you instantly respect these people because you know that it's hard to get those things. Hence value. And the value that brings by having respect from these other people, what does that bring? Opportunities, anything you can think of. You don't know.
Unless you try.
It brings so much value into your life.
Yeah.
By doing hard things and achieving these things that have value.
Yeah, and like you said, it shows the character traits in people. So, at least for me, I know for a lot of other people that I know, when I go up to somebody, I meet somebody in public or wherever, and I see somebody in shape, it's like just this unspoken respect, especially because I'm also in shape. So when both people are in shape, it's just this, like I said, nonverbal like agreement, like, damn, I respect this dude. Like, I work my ass off to look like this, so I know he works his ass off. And right there, like you said, it shows traits. It shows that somebody's, disciplined. They have a high self-esteem. They like working on themselves. They can overcome challenges and hard things because, let's be real, most shit that's cool is hard. Having a good body is cool, but it's fucking hard. Having a lot of money is really cool. It's hard. So they're linked. The two are linked.
Oh, 100%. Most definitely. And I want to go back to what you were talking about with confidence and how your thoughts affect your confidence and how you move. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going into an activity or an event, anything, and I'm walking into that event and I'm saying like, with doubt, with self-doubt, like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm nervous. I'm scared. How do you think I'm going to perform?
Like shit.
Compared to if I walked in there like the man saying, I'm going to kill this shit. Take, for example, like, talking to a girl. You see a girl out anywhere, going up to her. Who do you think is going to get that girl's number and actually set up a date with that girl?
Right.
The dude that, he's going up, hey, baby, I thought you looked cute from over there. Or no, the dude that walks up there with straight confidence, like, oh, I couldn't help but notice. Like, I just had to come over to you and say, hi, what's your name? Who's going to do better in that situation? Like, you can create your life just by acting with confidence. And where does that come from? Your own thoughts. Just rewire it in your head.
The only thing you can control, Trevor.
The only thing you
think
can
about
control
this
is your thoughts.
And I want to touch on what you just said because I absolutely love that when you talk about being nervous to go do something or having the confidence to go do something. Excitement / confidence and nervousness is the same fucking emotion, just different thought process behind it. Same symptoms happen when you're nervous compared to when you're excited. Maybe you're stuttering a little bit, you're super antsy, maybe you're sweating, you're shaking, you can't sit still, you're hyperventilating a little bit. When you're nervous, you do that. When you're super excited, you can't wait to tell somebody good news. It's the same thing. So just change the nervousness into excitement. People say, how do I do that? Dog, it's a conscious effort. I can't download anything into your brain. We're not fucking robots yet. Yet.
Yeah.
I can't give you the WinRAR file, but you have to consciously do that. Like when you go and start something, a lot of people tell me they're super nervous to go to the gym. That's like the most common one. It's like, I'm always thinking like people are going to think certain ways of me when I'm in the gym, like I'm too big or if I'm doing it wrong, this and that. It's like you have to totally flip your mind mental model when it comes to doing that. Instead of thinking, what are people like that's something that doesn't get to me. You know, people want to go and change their life for the better by going to the gym, yet they're nervous about other people seeing them change their life for the better. And that gets them up in their head not wanting to go to the gym. It doesn't make sense. You have to start flipping the way you think into, okay, I'm going to go to the gym and better my life, to be more healthy, to look better, to feel better. The last thing on your mind should be what other people are thinking about you. And the only way to get rid of that thought is by being conscious of it and like replaying what I just said before you go into the gym to try to like pump you up and get you to consciously think like, okay, who gives a fuck? Nobody's thinking about me. Like I shouldn't be in my head. Let me just go in my own little world, do my workout, get out, feel good, and just totally put a blind eye to everybody in the gym. Don't even worry about them. So that's a big one. People like they tell me they're nervous to go to the gym. It's like, well, if you're gonna always complain that you're nervous and never really do anything to change that, then you're always gonna be nervous. So it's a conscious effort.
Oh, 100%. We see that way too often, especially today. People living for the opinions of others.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense. Who gives a fuck? You're really going to let what other people think? You're really going to let what goes on in other people's brains affect what you do and how you act? You're going to let that stop you from doing what you actually want to do? Chasing that goal, going to the gym, starting that business. You're going to let others' opinions affect that.
Mind you, you don't even
That's
know what
insane
they're
to me.
thinking.
That's insane to me. You don't even know. And who cares?
You're
'Cause
creating these
in 10
false
years,
scenarios in your
Who's going
brain.
to remember? In 20 years, who's going to remember? When you're on your deathbed, what are you going to be thinking? You're going to have regret if you never did this thing. You're going to sit there and think, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. But I was too scared of what other people thought. So I didn't.
Yeah. And if you're
I'll never
always
understand
living
that.
trying to please everybody and always give the right answer and do the right thing, then your whole life is a lie and a test. You're never
living-
doing anything for yourself. You're just living through other people.
Exactly. You're living for the validation from other people.
Yeah. That's what
That's not a way to
gives
live.
you that feel good feeling. People's, so to speak, confidence is fueled by the validation of others when it should be fueled by themselves, which is when you look at how society is and the way social media is really and how validation works so quickly, but then you look at so many people's self-esteems and the depression rates are so high, they correlate. It's like, well, people are only getting these feel-good feelings from validation of others, which is what they can't control, and it's usually fake and disingenuine. And nobody's actually doing things to make them feel good internally. But then you go and ask people who live a healthy lifestyle, work out, eat clean food, surround themselves with good people, the whole 9 yards of being just a healthy person, they say depression, sadness, low self-esteem, panic attack. What? Like, no, I feel good. Life's great. So it's just kind of like society nowadays.
Oh, 100%. Completely twisted, man.
It is. And it's sad because in reality, they're very basic fixes. They're very simple. I'm going to say even like easy fixes.
100%.
Most of the shit is easy. It's not even
And
like
most of it is
hard.
done. And the best of all is the answer is within yourself.
Yeah.
You don't got to go on a crazy hunt, a crazy research, do anything for these answers to why you're feeling this way. It's within yourself. All you got to do is flip the switch. Start doing these hard things. Start believing in your head. Literally rewire your brain to have that confidence, to do these things. And you will attack life with a completely different approach. You'll be more confident. You'll be better. Your aura will literally be better in how you move. how
Yeah.
you go about your daily tasks,
Yeah.
everything will change.
100%.
But talking
And
about yeah, yeah.
what?
No, go ahead.
And that's why the number one thing I tell everybody to do is get in the gym.
Oh,
It's the easiest.
100%.
Out of all the things that you could be doing or should be doing, that is the easiest thing to just start doing and kind of let run on autopilot in the background. Just get in the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week. Make it part of your daily schedule, and then over time you start looking good, you start feeling good. It just becomes a part of your routine. You don't look at it as a drag anymore, and that is like the foundation of discipline. If you can, you can be disciplined enough to get in the gym and really change your body to like the way you look, to really like the way you look, that is just a foundation of discipline and confidence that you can't get from anything else. Getting your body right. Like anything else in life, you can get given to you, loan it, borrow it, buy it, whatever. But a body is, even if you take steroids, you still got to fucking work. You can buy it, kind of, but you still got to work. So your body is the only thing that is earned, and it's an unprecedented amount of confidence. So the answer, the starting answer to everything that we just talked about, all these problems, is getting in the fucking gym and eating the proper food and just getting in a routine and getting educated and dialed in on what you're supposed to be doing to where you can live the rest of your life not having to worry about it or not having to worry about low self-esteem and not liking the way you look. You start now, then you get to live the rest of your fucking life in shape, because I'll tell you right now, it is so much easier to keep a good body once you've worked your ass off for a couple years to get it than it is to go through the process of getting the good body. It's much easier to maintain it. Trust me. So much easier to maintain it. So start now and you'll thank me later.
Oh, most definitely. And to add on top of that, you said it's the foundation of discipline and the confidence, self-esteem. That's going to the gym is not only going to improve that, but it improves so many other things in your life that will quite literally set you up for success. You have the discipline, you have the confidence and self-esteem, like you were saying, but you also have the work ethic. The work ethic it takes to get a good body, get in shape, create a routine, the patience it takes. Results will not happen in a week, not in a month, maybe not in a year. Getting in shape, getting a good body takes time, and you will have to be patient throughout that process. And the last one kind of goes in with patience too is long form gratification, because it will take a long time depending on your goal. It doesn't just happen like that. But when you finally get there, it feels good. And those are like the big main things that every successful person will tell you that they have mastered. They have mastered those skills, the discipline, patience, work ethic, long-term gratifications. Those are the 4 right there that will set you up for success no matter what you want to do with your life.
And I really like that last one, the long-term gratification, because when you think about it, man, like I said, we talked about society a second ago. Nowadays, the FOMO people get and the instant gratification people crave and need is so crazy, and which is why it's so good you start going to the gym, because then you have to put off some of these instant gratifications that society has normalized, like going out, smoking, drinking, just hopping on dating apps and having a roster and doing all this fuck shit. You have to cut that, and most of those things have to get cut off if you want to get a good body. There is no pounding alcohol all the time. There is no going out and eating a bunch of junk food and doing whatever the fuck people do nowadays. You have to delay feeling good on a Friday night. Delay feeling good on a Saturday night. You might feel like shit. It might suck. You might not want to do it. But like Trevor just said, that long-term gratification. Not only, yeah, it takes a little bit longer to feel it, maybe a lot longer, but it lasts. The longevity with that gratification and that happiness is 500-fold compared to a night out on a Friday. It doesn't even compare, because Friday night, you're feeling good from like 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Then after that, you feel like shit the rest of the night, you feel like shit the next day, and you're thrown off for the next week. Whereas if you don't feel that great in the moment, but you're working on yourself, even though it might suck, but you're working on yourself for it to pay off later, then when it finally pays off, you feel good for a long time. I'll take it for example. Like I've yet to look in the mirror one day, Trevor, and be like, damn, I don't like the way I look. I feel like this is all for nothing. Every day I can look in the mirror. If I'm in a bad mood or life's just throwing shit at me, I can look in the mirror and be like, well, At least I look fucking good. Like, hey, I got one thing going for me, you know?
Yeah.
So
That'll
it's that
always be
long-term
a thing.
gratification.
Yep.
So that's what people need to hammer down. And again, coming full circle, it starts with the gym. You learn so much, like you just explained, and that's one of the most important ones. Because these all those things you just said transfer over into every other thing you start in life. Every other, if you can be disciplined to, you're skinny or maybe you're fat, you want to lose the weight or build weight, and you bust your ass for months and years to do that. Let's say you want to go learn a sport. You're like, hey, I want to go learn how to box or how to do basketball, whatever. You're going to have that discipline and that work ethic in the delayed gratification and everything you just mentioned when it comes to that sport or when it comes to that hobby or learning that skill. You have it. So not only does going to the gym allow you to have those skills for life and take those to everything else in life, but also you look fucking cool. You look sweet because it's hard and it's valuable. It's hard.
It is. It's so hard. And you got to make sacrifices, like you were saying, going out on a Friday night, going out on a Saturday night, whatever it is, the alcohol, the drugs, hanging out with that girl, eating all that junk food. Like, you have to make sacrifices, but look at it in a long perspective. Like, would you rather have your goal and give up these things that, you think you're missing out on now, which really aren't that fun anyways? Or would you rather miss out and have your goal?
And what are you missing out on? Because most of those things that you just said and most of those things that people are missing out on aren't going anywhere. They'll be there in 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So if you just lock in now, and like I said, you get your body right now, you put a year, 2, 3 years of work in, now you get a lifetime of being in shape. Think about it. Like even people who are older, like in their 30s or 40s, they'll be like, oh, it's not worth it anymore. I'm too old, this and that. It's like, okay, you're 37 years old, you're middle-aged, you need to lose 80 pounds. It's like, okay, if you just work for a year and a half, 2 years to lose that 80 pounds, you get another 40 years of being in shape. So like even if you're older, even if you're in your 50s, it's like, okay, well, a couple years of work to then live the rest of your life feeling good. Less risk for disease, less risk for chronic illness, and in a fuckload of other things that you can get, messed up with being overweight, not a shape. So it's like
100%.
Just fucking start.
And actually being able to function throughout life, especially when you get into those older ages. Do you want to be that dad or that grandpa that can't fucking move?
Yeah.
You're huffing and puffing when you're fucking walking up the stairs like the big bad wolf? Or do you want to be the dude that holds your kids in the air and swings them around, does sports and activities with their kids? Do you want to be that dad, that grandparent? Or do you want to be that loser guy?
I'll tell you which one I want to be.
100%.
I'll tell you right now which one I want to be.
Damned.
I'll be damned if I'm sitting there, my back aching, joints, 50 years old, and I'm sitting there complaining that my health's going to shit. Fuck that. All because what? All because I wanted a club in my 20s and just fuck off and do whatever the fuck, go jerk off and...
Yeah, and not work on, myself and my life, my future.
Yeah.
And dude, I'll be damn, man. And that ties into being a role model.
Yeah.
Not even your children, but your partner as well. Like,
no, yeah, like it's almost disrespectful. In my case, in my opinion, it'd be disrespectful to have a kid with a woman, the woman I claim to love, and I'm fat. I'm out of shape. I'm big. Like, let's just be real here.
Yeah.
It'd feel disrespectful to my woman. Not only then I'm bringing life into this world, and I'm not even able to give them the full experience of life, being a cool parent. Not even cool parent, but just like
doing basic activities.
The things that a child needs, being able to play with your children, like, not just sitting in the bed all day, sitting on the couch, complaining that your body hurts and you can't play with your fucking kid. Like, that is disrespectful to the people you're bringing into this world. And then the person you're living the rest of your life with, your wife. It's disrespectful. Yeah. It's like you need to be a role model, especially as a man here. You have to be a leader. Nobody's going to look up to a fat leader. Let's be real here.
That's
Come
real
on.
though. That seriously, dude. If you take a person that is jacked and has a lot of muscle, compare that to a person that's 300 pounds, who are you instantly gonna respect more just by looking at them?
Instantly. It's not,
It's
it's human nature, dude. It's
oh, 100%.
instantly. Anybody who disagrees is fucking lying. You're lying
Jason, if
out
you
your
owned a
teeth.
business, if you owned a business and you had two different people coming in for a job interview, one in shape, jacked, has muscles, you can obviously tell, they take care of their body and they look good. He comes in there and he shakes your hand firmly, or the 300-pound dude that's walking in with fucking cheeseburger stains on his shirt, just boom, 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 fucking stomping like a torta. Who are you gonna hire?
Tell you right now
Who
which
are
one
you
I'm gonna
picking?
fucking hire. I'll tell you right
Like
goddamn
straight
now.
up. Like, and it leads, like we were talking about earlier, it leads into so many different things too, because the the character traits associated with looking good, having a good body, having a good amount of muscle, I instantly know that the in shape person has all of these character traits that I would love to have
Oh
on
yeah.
my team. I'd love to have a person with those traits on my team compared to the larger, obtuser person
Right.
that obviously does not have those character traits.
Yeah. And that's not to degrade anybody who may be on the tubbier side. That's not saying you're not smart or you're not intellectual. Your IQ is not that high. But again, we talk about human nature. If you put these two people in front of me, I don't even have to have conversations with them. Just without saying a word, I know which one I want. I want that guy who's in shape. If I don't know anything about either of those two people, because the things I do know, which don't even have to be said to me, is like you said, all the characteristics that come with being in shape, this guy has. He doesn't even have to tell me. I know he has it because I know what it's like to get in that shape. I know what it's like to put that work in when you don't want to. This other guy, well, he's dripping grease. He's sweating out French fry grease. I don't really know if I can have him in my establishment. So, yeah, it's a nonverbal thing. It's just human nature. So everybody should strive to be in the best physical shape you can be in. It's disrespectful to those around you and to those who you keep close to you in your life and claim to love that, then you turn out to be a little overweight. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable as a man.
If I was hiring like for a hot dog eating competition, then for sure.
100%.
Like
I've
that's
seen
my
some
pick.
skinny guys
And
mount
that's
some
fine.
hot dogs though.
You can, like, humans naturally judge. Like whether you like it or not, like we all judge. So stop, no judgment, whatever. That's basic human survival skills. Like we judge. Jason, if you're in a gas station and you see a guy come in with a ski mask and a Glock, you're instantly judging that person like this is a fucking robber. Like I'm about to get cooked.
Fuck
right?
that. If I see a dude with
And
his
this-
hood up and his hands in his pockets, I'm ready to get the fuck out of there. You don't even got to
It's-
show
you
a gun.
judge
I just see
every
pattern
single-
recognition. I'm out of there. Whew.
Every person you see, you judge. Like you were saying, like you instantly know that this person has those character traits before I even know anything about them, just by how they look. So judgment is a real thing. You have to use it to your advantage. Get in the gym, look good, get a good body, get respected more.
Yep. And what is the number? You ask any psychologist, anybody who's smart, or just really any man in general, what is the number one thing a man wants? Respect. Respect. You get in
Easiest way to
shape,
do that.
you start to get respected in public. Trevor, I don't know if this happened to you. Number one, I've never been disrespected in public, ever.
No.
Never had somebody like step to me or just be rude for no reason, ever. Number two, people go out of their way for me. People will go out of their way to like, oh, this one's on the house, like you don't got to pay for it, or oh, you don't, that's for free, whatever. They'll bring me to the front of the line, shit like that, because they see that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe crazy coincidence, and I'm just tweaking, and I'm a little delusional. But I get treated differently. Like you just get treated with more
100%.
respect, and as a man, again, that makes you feel good. And when you
I'll
feel
have people
good,
in
you're
the
gonna make
grocery
other people feel good, and then you're just a likable person from there. That's
100%.
charisma.
That's yeah, it really is. I
Feeling
had people in
good,
the
giving
grocery
that
store
good
ask me-
feeling out to everybody else, and people are like, wow, the energy on this guy or girl, like the vibe is just good. They're always just likable, and they're asking me questions, and they're interested. That's how you become charismatic. You feel good. Like, so as a man, I feel respect. I feel good. Life's feeling good because I'm feeling good. Now I'm treating everybody else nice and good. Now all of a sudden I'm a charismatic. That's
Right
the
there.
secret.
Yep.
And something real quick that I
have-
want to add in. What's up?
Yeah. No, go ahead.
you know, you talk about the judging and whatnot. Anybody wants to say, oh, we don't judge this and that, yada, yada, yada. But if there was a button right here and you gave it to anybody who, you know, they could go in a bathroom, right? Take their clothes off, look in the mirror, decide whether or not they want to hit this button to be in shape for free right now, instantly. No work put in. Every fucking person's hitting that button.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, I might even hit that button. See what else I can do. So people are like, oh, don't judge. They might like how they look in body positivity. No, bullshit. Bullshit. You're hitting that button. Anybody's hitting that button who doesn't like the way they look, even if they claim to other people that, oh, I like being big. I like sweating French fry grease.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man.
Let's talk about body positivity, Jason.
Body fucking positivity, huh?
So body positivity, okay? It's not, you know, people are literally normalizing and embracing like being super fat and unhealthy. Like this is just going to be real talk right here. Like you're like and almost encouraging it. Like have you ever like seen a post of like a 300-pound woman and you go girl, slay?
It's disgusting.
Really, that is not what body positivity is. It's not just being fat and being happy and being completely okay with it. Body positivity is the 300-pound person that's in the gym working to get better. That's body positivity. When you know that you're unhealthy and you decided to make a change and you're acting towards change, that is body positivity.
Yeah.
Body positivity is the US veteran with fucking one leg that, you know, you see him in the gym. You see him doing anything.
Anything that's progressing your body, being more healthy of a human being, anything that's pushing you to be a better person physically is body positivity. But if you're just big and you're getting gassed up and hyped up for just being big and you're maybe like eating pizza and people are like, yes, like it's okay. No, it's not. You're fat. I don't understand what people don't understand. It's a cope and it's a crazy cope. And you know,
gluttony is disgusting, man. I've seen so much of, I've seen that on social media, man. It's absolutely disgusting.
It's disgusting. I don't even want to watch it. And I've heard even people say on debates that wanting to strive to have your body look the best it can is like a disorder in and of itself. Like you're so focused on, you know, just getting your body in the right shape and always like getting these symmetrical muscles and looking good. It's like, well, let's go back a couple years back when humans were created, just a couple years ago. We were designed to run and lift and fight. Like we were humans are really designed to run, to walk and run. Like we're designed to like run from fucking tigers and bears. Oh my.
Yeah.
Why are we not running anymore? Why are we not lifting? Why are we not like everything we did? Like we pulled back. Like I think on an animalistic level with a lot of things, like you got to remember we're still animals. Like we're just all socialized now. We live in cities and whatnot, but like way back, like what are we really? We're meant to do the shit I just said. We're meant to be physical, yeah. And that also just eat the right food. That's a whole nother topic. We're meant to just eat the food we hunted with, you know, the animals, the fish, and then whatever we picked from the ground.
And the sweeteners
without any of this shit. Like if you really want to break it down, people are like, you know, some of these foods are okay, they're minimally processed, but like if you really want to get extreme with it, if it's anything other than fruits, vegetables, potatoes, rice, meat, you shouldn't eat it. Because anything else is made in the lab and it could not have been made like 500 years ago.
Like damn straight.
So when it comes to anything,
where
like
does it come from? I don't even understand.
When it comes to anything, like I just said, you know, I think back on an animalistic level. So
yeah,
we're meant to move our body, but nowadays it's you know normalized and glamorized to not move and be fat and eat whatever you want because we only live once. Yay, ha. The fuck?
Yeah. Jason, I've seen people say that going to the gym and wanting to look good is fat phobic.
Yeah.
I have seen that before. I have seen that it's actually insane to me.
I wouldn't even acknowledge a conversation like that.
How much of a cope is that? I don't understand. Like these people are actually delusional. Fucking delusional. You're unhealthy. You're fat as shit. You don't look good. What benefit can possibly come out of that? Oh, I know. I'm gonna start posting online of me with my shirt off, 400 pounds, eating a slice of fucking pizza, eating a whole pizza. And oh look, I got some followers, I got some views.
I don't know.
Congratulations, dude. You're gonna die within 10 years. There's actually someone like I've seen that, bro. You like obviously you wouldn't be able to know. I don't know the name or anything. I've seen this person like a post like, remember this person? Yeah, they died. It was like a whole montage of like showing fat people that were like that, like influencers, saying, "Oh, yep, he's dead. Her, she's dead too."
Wow.
And why? It's not a surprise.
It's not, I mean, it's, you just look at the research, man. The decrease in chances of getting an illness or chronic disease and diabetes, cancer, so on and so forth, if you just eat the proper food, stay physically active, do all these very simple, basic human needs. I mean, man, you're gonna live a healthier life. You're not gonna have these diseases. More than likely, the chances decrease, like I said, like 100-fold. You're not gonna have joint pain. You're not gonna have back pain. You're gonna be able to, like I said, play with your kids, go for a run. Like I see some people in the gym, they're 70, 80 years old. They're still in the gym. They're lifting weights. Most old people nowadays are either super fat or they're super fragile. And like if you blow on them, their arm snaps a little bit, you know, because they're brittle and they don't do anything. So their bones get frail and they're just more painful and prone to injury.
100%.
So like that's not healthy,
that's
man.
a part of being functional and incorporating functional training into like your workouts, your program, as we are doing currently. You know what I
Yeah.
mean with our new workout split. Like it is absolutely essential that you add functional movements. It's not just machines. It's not just getting as big as you can, building the most amount of muscle. It's
Mm-mm.
about building these other things for your health and your functional lifestyle in the future. Your stability, your balance, your core, all of these things, like think about it. Every time we move, every movement that we do throughout our daily life, at our job, at home, anything, that is using your muscles in a functional way.
Mm-hmm.
You're bending over, you're coming back up, you are walking, you are running, you are doing all these types of things. You need to be incorporating that into your training at the gym. It's not just lift a lot, get big muscles. It's about being functional and longevity for the long term.
Yep. Which also includes full range of motion, right? Doing
Yep.
things that isn't just like you said, heavy weight, trying to bump up a lot of
Mhm.
weight, squat a lot of weight, pick up a lot of weight.
Mhm.
No, it's about dropping the ego at the front door, really getting into the workout, being the muscle, getting the good full stretch, the full range of motion, so then you can reap the benefits of that. Because you see some of these people who lifted super hard back in the day, like Ronnie Coleman, etc. They lifted such heavy weight and it wasn't controlled, the form wasn't pure, and then people get fucked up as they get older and they hurt more, their joints
Definitely.
hurt, tendons hurt, they ache. So it's all about, that full range of motion, doing workouts that will actually correlate and transfer over into real life things. Like Trevor said, the core, the stability, the spinal erectors, all these things that have a huge impact on your life later down the line. These things you want to work in full ranges of motion with pure good form.
100%. I think everyone needs to put that into their plan and start doing these things because it is so important and it catches up to you faster than you think.
Yeah.
When you get an injury, what do you think immediately? Like shit. Like I'm messed up. But you don't think do you ever think about, oh, like how many times I have the opportunity to prevent this, but I never did.
Yeah.
This whole time, like everyone thinks it won't happen till them until it happens to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or like what
Like
you just
taking the
said.
preventive
Yeah, the
is
preventing
huge.
it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is
Taking the
what
steps
you were
to
trying
prevent
to
it, the workouts and exercises to prevent it is
Yes.
absolutely crucial.
Yes, to prevent it. But then I thought what you were going to go into is you get an injury. All right, I'm 22. We were both 22. So every time I get an injury, I'm like, oh, well, this sucks. It'll take a couple days, couple weeks, maybe a couple months, and I'll heal. But what happens that one day when you get an injury and it just doesn't heal?
Yeah.
It doesn't heal. Like, oh, I just,
Right.
sprained my ankle or rolled it, whatever. And you're like a month in, 6 months in, you're like a year in, and the pain still never really fully went away. It's like, well, your health is not great. Your immune system's not great. Your joints and muscles and tendons, everything in your body's fucked up because you're either overweight, you're unhealthy, you don't move, your bones got frail. It could be a plethora of different things. So, it's kind of a scary thing to think of. If you have an injury,
100%.
and you're like, oh, it's just gonna
Jason.
heal, it's fine, but you're gonna get an injury one
right.
day and it's fucking not gonna go away. That's scary,
you
like
talked about
really
us, for
scary to think
example.
of.
Like, we're 22 years old. We're basically, with how we work out and how we eat, we're basically superhuman right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, we recover fast. But as we get older, it is not going to be like that.
that as well.
I know so many older guys that are just completely fucked up because they didn't take these preventative steps. They never were functionally working out. They were never doing any of these things: mobility, stretching, functional training, none of it. And look at how messed up they are now. I guarantee you, you ask any older person that has an injury that has been bothering them for years, they would say, ask them, if you could go back and do all of these things to prevent this, would you do it? Like, it would take up a lot of your time, but would you do it? Yes, immediately.
100%, because you
'Cause it's
you
way
have all
better
these
than the feeling now and
problems.
that pain.
Yeah, you have all these problems. You have all this instant gratification you want, all these things you're busy with that you have to get to, and you can't, prioritize your health until you have a fucking health problem. And then once you have a health problem, oh, everything you were busy with, everything you couldn't, you put it off for, you can't do that anymore. You're in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
You have COPD. You have to be on a breathing machine. Something happens, and you would have wished that you could go back and change it. So I
100%.
see that in other people, right? And I'm like, okay, I know what I don't want to do. I have a pretty good idea of what I have to do to get to that, good, healthy spot, but I know exactly what I don't want to do. So as long as I don't do that, I'll be going up the right track. So I just don't want to do what these people are doing. Don't want to get to that point where I sit there and regret not taking a couple hours a week to my health, resisting the urge to eat sugary, fatty shit, and actually feel good for the rest of my life. Like, wow, I'm telling you guys right now, give up that shit. Give up the bad foods. Work on yourself for a couple hours a week. It is the best thing you'll ever fucking do. Ever.
It'll change your life. Not even just in looking good, feeling good way, in so many other aspects.
Everything.
Everything goes up. Like, it's crazy. The momentum, like, the gym brings with it, carries over to every other aspect in life, man. I cannot stress it enough. You need to be in the gym.
And why? Because it's the only thing that's real. You can hit the lottery and get a lot of money, and it might make you feel good for a little bit, but deep down, you didn't earn that. You just wear that Gucci watch and that, these cool clothes and drive the cars, but that's all cool to everybody else, and that's why it makes you feel good. But again, when you get at home and you're looking in the mirror before you get in the shower and you don't like the way you look, that feeling, that bad feeling, will trump any of the good feelings that you get from those materialistic things, because they're just bought, given, borrowed, rented. This is the only thing that cannot be acquired from any other way other than putting in hard fucking work day in and day out for months and years on end. It's the only thing.
Most definitely. It is completely earned. And it's awesome because there's literally no other determining factors. It's you.
It's you.
It's you. Whether you get in shape or you don't, who does that fall on? It's you. It's nobody else. There's no external factors. It's you. If there is a will, there's a way. I hear so many people say, I don't have time. I don't have a gym. I don't have this. I don't have that. If you wanted to, you would. You would figure it out. You don't need a gym. You don't need any of this bullshit that you're complaining about not having. Time. Where's your time going? You don't not have time. You're just placing your time in the wrong spots. Stop with the bullshit excuses. Get your ass in the gym, and your life will get better. You will watch it happen in real time.
I love that, man.
It's
I love
insane.
that. And I think that's a perfect way to wrap this up, too. I think that's
Yeah.
the message there, man. Is just getting the gym is the foundation. Think of it like a pyramid, and the gym is just the foundation of it. It's the base. It's the cement base that is just it's soft at first. You're pouring water into it. The cement's mixing, and as you do it more and more, as it kind of rises up, and your body rises, and you're getting more disciplined, you're staying at it 6 months, a year. It hardens more and more as time goes on, and after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, that base is just rock hard. It's cemented, and that's like, again, the baseline of your life. That's the base of your discipline. That's the base of your self-esteem and your self-confidence. So it's the most important thing to get. And, out of everything in life to do, it's probably the most simplistic one as well. Just moving your body, eating the proper food,
Definitely.
Getting adequate amount of sleep, drinking adequate amount of water. That's it. 4 things. So it's the most important thing that people need to, start doing and incorporate in their life. And I hope this really gets it across to you guys that you need to start doing that.
Most definitely. And it shouldn't seem as hard as it does today as it should. Like people make it out to seem like it's the hardest thing in the world when in reality, like you were saying 500 years ago, it was just normal.
That was life.
This was the normal. It was functional, move your body, eating good whole foods. It was normal. Now our whole idea of normal is completely fucked.
Yeah, it's like if you want to
It's
be
fucked.
normal, you're a health freak, guru, you're on a
Mhm.
diet, you're lame, you don't want to come out, like you want to just work on
Yeah,
yourself. It's totally flipped, and that's because of social media and society, which is
exactly.
why a whole other topic for next time we can talk about why social media and where society is going in general is just kind of playing a downfall onto people. I
A
think that'd
huge
be a good
downfall.
next topic, talking about the
Yep.
pros and cons of social media and technology and how it can
I
affect you
100% like that. And the
physically,
normality of,
mentally.
normality of the culture today.
Yeah, I like that. We'll talk about that next time.
Yep.
All right, brother. Well,
Sounds good, brother.
hope this message got across to you guys and you can take something with this. And
Yep. Take it in, apply.
next
It's
time
real talk.
we're gonna keep hammering this information for you guys.
Peace.